Episode 2000 by the 22nd 2023. Fam, thank you so much for being here. All right, we got Swole Slut Saturday. We have an awesome card today. Excited to give that away as people are coming into the live stream. Now, yesterday we had our Friday Fefcast, and of course, every single Friday we have our bonus overtime segment exclusively for members. And let me tell you, we'll talk about in today's episode, maybe if you're good, I'll show you a preview of the Driving While Gaining Uncensored that you missed, but we dropped 3 amazing balls deep edits. We did a throwback Driving While Gaining, which was fire. One of the best ever, a legendary Driving While Gaining. And of course, we dropped a brand new Driving While Gaining Uncensored. And as a member, you get access to all the private live streams. Don't forget, we also have accountability meetings every single Monday. The episodes are private for members. And this coming Thursday, we have another world famous Swole Fam roundtable. So join the fam today and you'll get access to all of those exclusive broadcasts, including all the programs, yoga, meditation, nutrition, everything to crush your 7 pillars. So if you want to learn more about all that, head on over to swolenormousx.com and join the Swole Fam today. Don't miss out on any of that. Also, if you have not yet checked out the latest merch drops, take a moment and head on over to papaswolio.com. And because you're a listener of the show, use code Daily Swole to get 10% off every day over there at papaswolio.com. I actually been outfitting my outdoor gym with a lot of flags. And I just got a shipment today, actually. I got like 4 or 5 brand new flags. I can't wait to hang them up in the gym. So absolute fire. Some great designs. I got the Swole Deanna Jones. I got the Ransom Fuck Your Feelings design. I got a Swole variant flag. Let's see what other ones came in. Buzz Swole Year came in, and one other one. I forget which one it was, but they look great. I can't wait. So go and check out all the flags. We got tanks, we got tees, everything. papaswolio.com. Code Daily Swole, 10% off. Okay, Swole Fam, let's get into today's episode. It's 2633. Let's have an epic Swole Slut Saturday. Hashtag raise the floor. Let's fucking go. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
It's white cis men who are a part of the far right-winged ideology of fascism.
You have poor mental health.
I let my wife sleep with other men.
White shenanigans.
You don't need to virtue signal this hard.
Unvaccinated.
I'm a simp.
It's called a cuck.
Cis.
Soy bitch.
Oh!
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Norman.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2633 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Oh, what's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everston K2, flexing on all you bees.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Papa's making sick fucking gains. How we doing, fam? Welcome to Swole Slut Saturday. We have a great Swole card today, and of course, we are coming fresh, hot, as it were, I think we're coming hot off an amazing overtime segment, which is available for members now inside Swole TV. So join us, swolenormousx.com. Absolutely legit. Super fucking legit. Yesterday's overtime was one of the best ever. Great drive Mulgaining. Great throwback drive Mulgaining. Of course, great balls deep edits. The drive Mulgaining this week is child trafficking is in the black. Child trafficking is in the black. And Hunter Biden smoking crack. If you don't know, you should know. Go and check it out. Look at J-Lo outside the window. Look at J-Lo. Look at her. Look at her. She's not a huge bitch, but I have, I got to use a sound.
That's a huge bitch.
All right. She's not. She couldn't get into her gym. That's very sad. Very sad times. But great drive Mulgaining. We raged about a few different stories. Go and check it out. Now available for members. Maybe if you're good today, we'll watch a preview in the balls deep portion. So brand new drive Mulgaining, uncensored. That featured yesterday in the overtime segment for members. Again, swolenormousx.com. Join the fam. That being said, let's get into today's episode. Let's bust the nut open. We'll give away the Swole card at the end of the show. And if you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you do so. Subscribe, YouTube, Rumble, the Daily Swole. And of course, if you have not yet left us a 5-star review in the podcast app of your earhole banging of choice, make sure you do so. It helps tremendously. Thank you for doing it. And let's get into today's nutcast. Let's fucking go, fam. Foul. Oh, yeah. Don't be a whore. You got to raise the floor. Don't be a whore. Woo! You got to raise the floor. All right. Raise the floor. Hashtag raise the floor. One of our greatest Swole cards ever. And of course, a signature series. I forget which one it was. Was it 3 or 4? Maybe 5? I don't even know. We're at 7 or 8 or something. We got another signature series coming up in 67 days. Very excited about that. But hashtag raise the floor for a chance to win today's Swole card. And now let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, we got our first Swole fan post.
What's in the box?
We got it from Chris, and Chris says, ooh, we got to zoom in big time. Chris says, what's up, fam? Papa, you sexy beesh. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Thank you, Chris. 22 short months ago, 270 plus pounds, and depending on what day it was and what shit was going in my face that day, a thick 38-inch waist. My booshness found the papa. I then messaged him a question in response to a reel I stumbled on that he did respond to, and he did blast me on. I also fucking absolutely appreciated that and still do. 2 months later, after watching some more content and whatnot, I joined the fam, began the elimination diet. A few weeks later, got my fat ass in the gym and got to it, thinking about a collage for my Swoleversary. A little more than a year ago, I got down into the 180s, the smallest I had been in years. Today, after many a high and low, victories and failures, a little emotional damage. And repair, I have to constantly recheck myself. Constantly, I smack at the tits and pinch at the nips and do the best I can. Some days and weeks are truly better than others, and sometimes I'm not okay with that, but I keep going anyway. Today, I fluctuate between 200 and 205, a 34-inch waist, and a lot of times still need a belt. I still fight my work, training, and home schedule in this summer as being a friggin' bear, and still, I don't stay down for long. I get up and I get back to it. Cheers to the rest of our lives, fam. Sorry I'm not around so much, but it really has been so damn busy, but I am still here. Thank you, Papa, for being you and doing what you do for us. I plan to start that new program soon. Good man. Love you guys. Cerny, you damn sure know that means you. Have a good day, fam. And we got Chris flexing. He's got a nice little collage going. Look at that. Fucking nicely done. Let's get a little DJ horn.
The little rascal has...
All right, Chris, great post. Thanks for sharing. And I do know, and I do get it, that a lot of times you're going through, you're busy. You're busy. Sometimes things get hectic, but keep plugging in. Listen to the show when you can. Submit a question. Drop a post. Just don't fall off completely, right? You know, you don't have to necessarily be up everyone's ass every single day. You don't have to be, constantly, you got work, you got family, you got kids, but just stay connected. And thank you for sharing. We all appreciate it. Thanks for the update. And of course, if your inbox has been looking like shredded roast beef, let me give you a little inbox vaginal rejuvenation. If you want to feel like a virgin again, if you want to feel like when you go in your inbox, it feels like 1993, make sure you sign up for the email list. Make email swole again. MakeEmailSwoleAgain.com. Get my knowledge cock in your inbox. I will make it feel like the first email you've ever read. Let's get into the first response to, but I want ice cream. Oh, but my ice cream. I want ice cream. Oh, Papa, I want my ice cream. Come on, stop whining. I want my cookies. Glenna says, this was me the other day. I wasn't wanting ice cream, but I almost theft my workout. Parentheses, Matt Damon. I got you.
Matt Damon.
I had a horrible day at work. A package I ordered was delivered to the wrong house, and I'm just days away from Aunt Flo's arrival. So I was not in the mood for leg day. Stop gatekeeping periods, Glenna. Come on now. Until I remembered the mindfulness pillar. I was not going to let my thoughts and stress get the best of me. I did my workout. I crushed legs. They felt like jello. My mood was changed. I let go of my first world problems mentality and I crushed it. And I felt amazing. I did not give into the temptation of giving up. The Swole fam does not do that. Keep your head up and crush the 7 pillars. Gorillas all day. Yeah, fucking go. All right. Atta girl. Well done. We got a lot of responses to the ice cream email. That was fire. And I literally put in the email how I make ice cream. We had some last night. I had some watermelon. You can use real ingredients. It's just iced cream. Just use fucking raw cream if you can get it. Jonathan says, well, thankfully, I haven't had eaten ice cream since sometime last year, LOL. And the only time I really drank soda was with liquor. My sweet stuff would be what little bit of fruit I might eat or the occasional spoonful of raw local honey, but I might have to try your ice cream recipe. That actually sounds kind of good. Much love, Papa and Swole team. You got it, bro. I'm telling you, it's this ice cream. It's just iced, it's just frozen fucking cream. That's what it is. I take the raw cream and I take some egg yolks and I put in a little raw honey or a little maple syrup. And then what else did I put in? And then some fruit of your choice, mango or banana. There you go. There's our ice cream. It's just ice cream. You don't need all this extra sugar and fucking cornstarch and all this shit. It's just garbage. Use real stuff. Sometimes, if you put your fridge pretty cold, you put stuff in the back of the fridge, it might freeze sometimes. So we had some raw yogurt and it was like kind of frozen in the back. I was like, oh, it's really good. Frozen yogurt. That's what it is. It was just yogurt that was fucking cold. And it was kind of like chunky. It was frozen. Oh, so good. I'm like, and this is frozen yogurt. It's not complicated. It's in the fucking name. It's in the name. Ice cream. You can just have fucking real cream. All right. TCAP in the fucking house. TCAP says, at this time 3 years ago, I was having ice cream every night, wondering why I was broke and felt like I was going to die. It has been over 2 years since I've bought any and I'm better for it. Now I get berries, eggs, and cheese. Those are my big splurges. I see the ingredients and now I'm horrified by the sugars and seed oils I was consuming. Good man. It just shows you can change. And this is why this kind of shit's important. This is why going over these posts and getting responses. This is why it's important to respond to these emails. I want to know. We all want to know. It's great to share these stories because this is real shit. You can be addicted to these foods. Many people were, many people are. We've all had those experiences. I used to eat Sour Patch Kids all the time. I used to go get fast food, years ago, like maybe 10 years ago. I would go and once a week I would eat Sonic or I would eat, I don't know, Burger King, and I would eat that shit. And it just becomes a habit. And once a week, it makes a big difference. It does when you're doing it all the time, because then you're making other habits that are not based on the right decisions, and it snowballs and it adds like layers, like sediment over time, because it's really not the only thing that you're doing. No one's doing things perfectly. You're doing things awesome. And then you're just eating trash once a week. There's other stuff. You're just lying to yourself. So just make real shit. Make real shit. Yeah, you can use kefir. You can make a good probiotic. Yum, yum. You can make a good, you can mix it up. All right, let's get into some questions. If you have any questions, you could drop it in the chat. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. And the cool thing about making your own ice cream or doing these types of things, especially in the summer, is you can experiment. You can pick your own ratio. You can make it thicker. You can have it softer. You can do it with frozen fruit and have it right away, or you can freeze it and have the consistency that you want. You can do whatever you want. So you can really make your own stuff. It's the ingredients that matter, and it's not ultra processed. So let's get into some questions. Again, hashtag Ask Papa Swole if you want to get into a live question. And let's see what we got. Jode97. All right. Papa Swole, do I really need to go to the gym every day? What about rest days? Isn't a 4-day split okay? You misunderstand my point of training every day. Going to the fucking gym doesn't mean you're lifting intensely every day. Active recovery days are very important. Rest days are not important. You need to rest days give people the excuse to just do shit. So you need to be eating right. You need to be doing mobility and yoga and foam rolling or sauna and cold. Be taking care of yourself physically in order to get back to intense training. So a 3-day split, a 2-day split, a 4-day split. Stop thinking on a 7-day cycle. It's really about how intensely are you training? Are you providing the stimulus required for muscle growth and development? And are you repairing enough between subsequent sessions so you can repair physically and physiologically? So rest days are nonsensical. Active recovery is fine. Go for a walk. Just don't be sitting around. A lot of people treat a rest day as don't move, and that's silly. Stay focused. Stay focused. Andy C. Bull. Andy C. Bull. Thank you for the periods and not the underscore. Respect. Papa Swole, what's your favorite gym equipment? I don't really know what that means. I don't have favorite anything. I use what works best for me in the moment. Yours all looks homemade. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what videos you're referring to. This is on Instagram. My equipment looks homemade. You mean the wood clubs? They are made by a human. I didn't make them personally. And my outdoor lifting equipment is obviously not homemade. It was made in a factory somewhere. Although my hack squat, Platz's, I think that was also made in a factory. That could have been made in someone's garage if they're an expert welder and something like that. So I'm not really sure exactly what you're referring to. Maybe just referring to the clubs, and they're wood, so they are made. I don't know what you mean, really. Several underscore enough. Papa Swole, where is your protein? That's none of your fucking business, bro. That's none of your fucking business, Mr. Underscore. Where is your protein? I know there's language barriers, but my God, you could just do a Google Translate and get the right, what type of protein do I consume? The translation apps and the AI is fucking fantastic. Where is your protein? In my freezer and in my fridge and in my stomach and in my cock. I eat grass-fed beef and eggs and raw dairy. I don't even know what you're trying to say there. Where is it? Where is your protein? I want your protein. Where is it, precious? You people are strange out there. You're strange. You're weird. Fam, we're almost done. I don't have a lot of Instagram questions, so if you don't have a lot of questions, we're going to keep on moving. We're going to go balls deep. If you have any topics you want to bring up, you could drop the hashtag #AskPapaSwolio. Very light Instagram question day, which is great. Very great. It does sound accusatory. It sounds like, where is your protein? It sounds aggressive. Sounds like you're going to come and try to take my protein. Good fucking luck. Good luck before Rufus literally bites your goddamn ball sack off. You're going to get lead poisoning. Okay, Marius DX79 _ God damn it, bro. Is it too late to start at 44 years old? Absolutely not. It's not too late. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the question, would it be better to start at 43? Sure. Would it be better to start at 33? Sure. No, it's not. I'm in a couple weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks. Wait. Literally about 2 weeks, I'm going to be 40 years old, which is fucking, yoked. Redefining what fucking 40 looks like. 40? Wait till I get on that HRT. I'm so fucking yoked. So, of course, I haven't started now. I've been lifting since I was a teenager, but it's not too late to start. You just need to have intent and be focused and start a proper program. You can't jump in and do what someone was doing at 20, or maybe if you lifted in the past, you can't jump into what you did 20 years ago or something like that. And don't give me this, whoa, I played football in high school. Cool. That was literally an adult human ago. So you have to make sure you're on a proper program. And at 44, and I can tell you from personal experience, even though I've been training for a long time, you just stop recovering as efficiently. It just takes longer to recover. So I don't lift. I don't do as much volume as I used to, and I don't have as many intense training days in a given period as I used to. I give more recovery days and active recovery days in between subsequent intense training sessions. So sometimes, once in a while, I'll do 2 days of intense training in a row, but not often. It depends on the body part too. Sometimes I'll just feel good. Maybe I did like hamstrings and glutes on one day, and then the next day I might feel like doing arms. But arms are smaller body part. It's not as systemically overloading as doing quads or any kind of leg workout or chest or back. It's not as fatiguing. Everyone's different, but it's not as fatiguing. You can obviously, if you're doing heavy compound movements, squats and deadlifts and pressing movements and big compound lifts, you can see it's a lot more exhausting than maybe doing preacher curls. So sometimes I'll do 2 days in a row, but then I'll do probably 2 days off at least of active recovery and yoga and maybe sled work and club swinging and stuff like that. So anyway, it's not too late to start, bottom line. MC, what up? Papa Swolio finally got your daily podcast. This is the guy that sends you memes here and there on Instagram. Cool. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. The Daily Swole is very underground because we've been here and a lot of people are like, oh my God, you have a podcast? Yeah. Every day for over 7 years. Go on 8 years. Haven't missed a day. Start pushing a little bit more. I like people finding the podcast. And the good thing is people that find the podcast actually want to find the podcast. Like once you click on the links and you poke around and you come across it, you're interested in more information. You're interested in checking out more content. So I kind of like the Daily Swole being it's like a sleeper. We're here. You have to find it. You have to find it. This is not for those with weak spirits. Let's see. Brian, I started lifting again when I was 38 after being diagnosed with high blood pressure. Now 43, in the best shape of my life. Never too late to start. Nice job, dude. Good for you. Good for you. Pedro Jose Romance Gonzalez? Is that come on, dude. Can you have an Enye and then an L? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Gonzalez? That's an Enye. Gonzalez? Is it like not really an L? Or I'm curious, how the fuck do you say that? I've never seen that. Okay. Greetings from Spain. You Spaniards. You Spaniards.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Some of you will get that. Okay. Is chicken or beef protein better in the evenings? I don't eat chicken anymore. I'm not against, I wouldn't say I'm against chicken, but I'm not pro chicken. It's just hard to find quality chicken. A chicken, you're not getting the same kind of nutrients. You're not getting as high quality of a protein as you are when it comes to like beef or wild game and stuff like that. So a lot of times chicken's fed corn, soy, and it's just hard to get quality chicken. Eggs are great, but you know, if you have access to it. But yeah, it's a weak bird. It's a weak bird. I prefer beef. And better in the evenings. I mean, I think there's some studies that show that it's better to eat more protein earlier in the day, but whatever. Like whatever works best for you. But I prefer beef. Poisonally. All right. Welcome. Come one, come all. All right, we got one more. We got one more question, and then we will move on. Unless you have more topics. If you guys want to keep this knowledge cock portion going, drop it in the chat. And drop a topic or something you want to talk about. Using astronaut _ Dear Swole, I want to be a muscle man. But I don't have the motivation. I feel weak. What to do? Stop being a huge pussy. Go to the fucking gym and build fucking muscle. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Smooth. Very, very smooth stuff. Very classy. I'm learning a lot from you right now, dude.
Jesus Christ. I want to be a muscle man, but I don't have the motivation. Feel weak. Then you don't want to be. Stop thinking. Start doing. Take action. All the energy that you're using thinking like, I want to build muscle. Cool. You can want and think and just ponder. You can muse over building muscle for years and never build a single fucking ounce. Go to the fucking gym. Lester Stone, a mí duermo mejor cuando como proteína en las tardes. Okay, let's see. Eric Monty, I stumbled onto the podcast on Spotify one day. My goodness, how'd that happen? They made a mistake. Spotify fucked up. Oh shit, someone found it. And started listening after I realized it was the, quote, go to the fucking gym guy. You know what? Maybe that should be the different. Maybe I should change it to like the GTTFG cast. Just rebrand it. Just go to the fucking gym pod. And that would just blow up. I should start another podcast that's called the Go to the Fucking Gym podcast, and just every episode, just go to the fucking gym. You hit play. It's the same thing over and over again. Someone tripped over the knowledge cock. Grizzly, Papa Sway, how many soundboards do you have now, and how many have we not heard yet? I'm not going to count them up. I got 4 stream decks, and I have multiple pages and sections on each one. I don't know how many. How many have we not heard yet? I think you've probably heard them all. Sometimes I forget certain ones. Or I forget certain pages, and I don't use them often enough. So
You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh?
there's certain ones that I know, like, I keep forgetting, but there's a bunch that I need to, just after I do the show, I go outside and I go and do stuff, but I need to put in a little effort, and I have a huge list of additional ones that I want to download and do. Sometimes you can't find the soundboard. There's some sites that have the soundboard and the clips, but then I have to go on YouTube and I find the movie, and then I rip the audio, and then I go into the editor and I edit it. It's a little bit of a process. So I have to be inspired to sit here and do some more soundboards. So there's a lot, but I just, when I do it, I'll do a couple at one time. I want to be swole, but I don't want to go to the fucking gym. It just gets me angry. I'm fucking angry. Glenna, Papa Swole, I see people lifting at the gym at a pretty fast pace, yet I lift slower to have better control. What is a good pace when lifting? Thanks. Controlled. I mean, if you're lifting heavy weights, you need to lift explosively, but if you're moving the weight really fast, you're not lifting heavy. So you're not lifting towards your max intensity. If you're doing Olympic lifting, that's different. If you're training for power, that's different. There's explosivity that you want to train for. But a lot of people lift for cardio anyway. They're doing supersets, they're doing circuit training, which is essentially just cardio. If you're doing anaerobic training and you're trying to train intensely, you need to have shorter, high intensity outputs. So you're resting longer between sets, you're training intensely. And if you're lifting a heavy enough weight, it's not going to be moving that quickly by definition. So if I'm lifting a weight that I can only get 5 to 10 repetitions, the weight's not going to be moving very fast because it's extremely heavy relative to my capacity. So a good pace is controlled, and most people lift for cardio. Most people do super short rest. Most people do way too many reps. Most people have terrible form. Most people don't, right? So what I would say, especially in terms of maximum swole, make sure you are maximizing the intensity. Make sure you're trying to find a weight for that one all-out set from between 5 and 10 repetitions. And then, of course, at the end, you're doing like lengthened partial. So if you're doing curls and you can't get it up again, just do like lower portion, just do lengthened partial reps, which are fantastic. For pretty much every single body part, except maybe like the long head of the biceps, lengthened partials are fantastic. So if you're doing like chest pressing, on the machine or a bar and you have a spot or whatever, and you're doing your reps and you're like 6, you get 7 and then you're all the way down and then you're like, halfway. Don't just stop. Push, get like the partial reps and then have a spotter or you're resting it down on the machine. So just for maximum swole, for example, go as heavy as you can, between 5 and 10 repetitions. That's a good goal. Good question. Matthew, another good question. What about negatives with max swole? In what capacity? At the end of a set? Not as big of a fan of negatives when it comes to maximum swole, because what you're doing is you're just extending the set. So partial and lengthened partials, that's one thing, but not a huge fan of drop sets or negatives with maximum swole, because remember, the goal is to create the stimulus and then recover. So when it comes to negatives or a drop set, so for example, a drop set is not the same set. It's a second set with no rest, essentially. So people use that and like, oh, drop set to failure. And I've done plenty of higher volume workouts. I've done so many fucking drop sets in my life. But what does that do? That fatigues you more. Is that creating more of an overload stimulus? No, you're dropping the weight. The stimulus, let's say previously you did, for example, 100 reps 7 times, and now you did 100 reps 9 times. And then right at the end of the set, you drop the weight to 50 and you just keep on going. The stress and the progressive overload was the 100 reps for 9 times. Dropping the weight and just doing more is just flushing more blood to the muscles. You're getting maybe a pump and you're just fatiguing yourself. So you're not actually creating more of a stimulus. You're just creating more damage. But damage doesn't necessarily mean muscle growth. Remember, strength and growth, it's the progressive overload. It's the stimulus. Your body's not getting stronger by dropping to 50 pounds and then doing a ton of fatigue reps. Your muscles are going to adapt and grow from not doing 100 pounds 7 times, but from doing 100 pounds 9 times. Remember, people don't have patience. People think more is always better, right? People think nutrition's complicated. There's so many different things. Most things in life are so much simpler. If you simplify everything down, you realize it's the same with everything in life. Another famous card I have over here, simplify and amplify. Most things need to be just reduced and like, oh, that's a simple, focused fundamental. And then you can go from there. So Sonny says, I like drop sets. Okay. You can like things. You can like paintings. You can like drop sets. Your body doesn't give a fuck about you psychologically liking it, right? And I'm not saying that to insult you. I'm just saying that it doesn't matter what you like. That's a huge difference. What matters is what does your body mechanically do physiologically to adapt to stress? Like what your goal to go to the gym and have a good time? Or is your goal to train to get a certain result? I enjoy training, which makes it easier for me to stay consistent with. And I love getting results and challenging myself and making progress. So you can like drop sets, but it doesn't mean that's going to help you build muscle and get stronger. Doesn't mean you can't either, but The problem is when when people do junk volume and they do extra work to fatigue themselves further past what the required stimulus was, then it's just fatigue, right? So a lot of people will go to the gym and they'll create a overload stimulus. Cool. But then they do tons of extra sets and reps and drop sets and force and all this stuff way past the stimulus. And then they just accumulate a lot more damage and physiological fatigue. And then eventually overtrain in general and under recover, which affects total muscle growth. So again, this is the concept of, oh, I trained legs yesterday, so now I could train chest because my legs are sore, but not my chest. Well, it's the same body and all your hormones that are still trying to repair systemically. So even though you can train your chest and you're lifting heavy because your chest isn't sore because you did legs yesterday and you're not standing up, you're on machines and stuff like that, your body systemically is not going to build muscles. You're not going to be a proper hormone balance. You're not going to be in a proper state where your body is fully rested to build muscle. If you're smashing all these different body parts, you might feel like, hey, I'm not physically sore, so I could train that. But it's a system. Your body has to build muscle as a system. And if your central nervous system is fatigued and blasting, your hormones are all out of whack, you're not going to build muscle anywhere. You're going to plateau. You're going to flatline. You feel drained. You get frustrated. And then, right? So systemically, you need to be recovered. And that's a big difference. That's something that I didn't learn for a long, long time, is that systemic fatigue. And I did notice that many times because there's different symptoms of under recovery / overtraining. For me, it was always, sometimes I would get to a point where I just stopped feeling like training. And I love training. I love lifting. I love pushing myself. So if I ever started not feeling like it, I would take time off or I would take a day off and I would know something is up if I didn't feel like doing it. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like training today. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm sore. It wasn't like, oh, suck it up and go. It was just something deep inside. Like, it was a warning sign. And that's the problem. And if you're in that state, then it doesn't matter if your chest isn't sore because your legs were trained yesterday. It has nothing to do with soreness. It's systemically. Your body needs to be in a positive state, essentially, in order to build muscle. So the physical is not the important thing. It's the systemic response. So you could train different body parts 5 days in a row. It's like, this isn't sore anymore. Now this isn't sore anymore. But your body, your system is fucking blasted. And people do this over long periods of time, and that's why they don't grow. They're just recovering partially and then beating it up again, recovering partially and beating it up again. And they plateau. Why? Because they're probably not training hard enough, doing too much volume, and they're not recovering enough. And they're not eating properly, and they're not sleeping well, and all those things. So that's why you're getting plateaus. And this is why with Maximum Swole, if you're tracking your progress and you're not making progress consistently, that's a warning sign. Rest longer or change your split and simplify it. So if you're doing, right? So that's why we have different session splits. So you have to play around with it. Again, in Maximum Swole, if you're tracking it and last week, you did 100 for 6 reps, and then you did 100 for 8 reps, and you did 100 for 9 reps. And then you did 100 for 8 reps, and then you kind of like plateaued, or 9, you just kind of like, you start plateauing. There's a problem. You have to change your split up a little bit, give yourself more recovery, and so on and so forth. So that's a sign that something's not working. I want to be a muscle man, but I don't have the motivation. I feel weak. What do I do? Stop being a huge bitch.
A jelly donut.
Time to go balls deep. All right.
That's deep.
I know it's deep. It's what I do. It's what I do, fam. Hashtag raise the floor, drop in the chat. Okie dokie. All right. Share the Mancast with people that are not sensitive to real fucking talk. Let's get into the barnacle cleaning of the internet. First, we have an amazing drive Mulgaining that we dropped yesterday. Let's check out a preview. If you're not a member, join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. We have a brand new DWG. Child trafficking is in the black. Let's check out a preview of yesterday's drive Mulgaining. If you missed it, now is the time to go and join the fam. Blow those nips off.
Sound of Freedom, child trafficking. There's so much negativity around this movie. It was made 5 or 6 years ago, and then I think Fox owned it, and then Disney bought Fox, and Disney loves child fucking. So, we're just gonna bury it. You shouldn't be abusing and selling and trafficking children. Anyone disagree? Anyone disagree? Anyone disagree? Child trafficking's in the black while Hunter Biden's smoking crack. Child trafficking's in the black while Hunter Biden's smoking crack.
All right, that's a bop right there. All right, that DWG was lit. It was lit. It was fire. The overtime segment was awesome. That throwback DWG was great too. All right, go check it out. SwoleNormousX.com. If you don't know what dry mole gaining is, educate yourself. It's legendary. All right, let's get into some videos. Holy shit. My goodness gracious. Fuck me sideways. And all right, we have a lot of nonsense today. Are you ready? Drop in the comments. Number 1, 2, or 3. We'll do a throwback. Number 1, number 2, or number 3.
Chicks will dig you, or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
Matthew says, wonder why there's a shadow ban on the show. Yeah, wondering why. Elizabeth says, I'm surprised YouTube didn't start buffering the cast during that snippet. We're not done yet, Elizabeth. Patience. Why don't they buffer it now? They will. It's got a process. Just you wait. We'll get flagged eventually. All right. And you think we don't get buffered when certain keywords come up? Just you wait and see. All right, let's do it. Let's go with Elizabeth, number 3. Elizabeth, número 3.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
We're back with time blindness, a.k.a. Clock. Looking at clock and being a responsible human being. Here we go. Time blind, a.k.a. retarded.
All right, TikTok, here are 5 signs that you are time blind. Number 1, you are either way too early or way too late to something. The idea of being on time is a completely foreign concept to you.
The idea of being on time is a foreign concept to you. You have bad time management and you're disrespectful of other people's time. Yeah. You're way too early or way too late to things. I doubt it's the first part. I just show up at 10 a.m. Oh, it's at 1? Oh, I was there at 7 in the morning. Said no one ever. No one's there like 6 hours early. You're way too early. No, you're just way too late. Shut the fuck up.
Number 2, you wildly underestimate the amount of things you can get done in a short amount of time, but you wildly overestimate the amount of stuff you can get done in a long amount of time.
You wildly underestimate the amount of things you can get done in a short, so you don't have good time management. Some people don't know distance very well. This is... What? What? Okay.
Number 3, all of your stories start with the other day. It could have been yesterday. It could have been 14 years ago. Doesn't matter. The other day.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I don't think if it's been 14 years ago and you say the other day,
everybody knows you never go full retard.
That's not time blindness. That's an IQ issue. Okay.
Number 4, you struggle with emotional object permanence. If you're not feeling it right now, it's hard to tell when you felt it before, and sometimes it just doesn't feel real at all.
I got to pause each one because I have to translate this. You struggle with emotional object permanence. This is the problem with this spectrum nonsense, with ADHD, with depression, with autism, and everyone's on a spectrum. In other words, it's a blanket term. The spectrum is a blanket term for, using a victim shield. I have something. I'm on a spectrum. Yeah, well, some people are smarter than others. Some people are taller than others. Height is a spectrum. Okay, so a lot of people use this for an excuse to perpetuate bad habits. Okay. And the problem with all these mumbo jumbo words is it covers the root cause of these fucking problems. You struggle with emotional object permanence. Phrases like that just justify $150 an hour therapist sessions. That's all it does. Just making up diagnoses for things that just don't fucking exist. Emotional object permanence. If you're not feeling it right now, it's hard to tell when you felt it before, and sometimes it doesn't feel real at all. What the fuck are you talking about? Does that mean anything? What was just said? Does anyone understand what that is? What is happening? What is happening? Everyone and their fucking mother has ADHD. Because you're not getting sunlight, you're not exercising, you're not meditating, you're not getting quality sleep, you're eating literally chemical garbage, and you're doing things every day that you fucking hate. I have ADHD. Everyone does. Everyone does. Okay.
And number 5, if you have a meeting or an appointment at some point later in the day, you have trouble starting things because you don't want to get sucked into them and accidentally miss your appointment.
Time management. Schedule. You have a hard time starting things because you don't. Time management. Time management. Which is taught and practiced. Time management. Okay.
Matt Damon.
Let's move on. Let's move on before we lose too many brain cells. Let's get into another one. These are both very not good. These are no good. These are horrible, no good, very bad videos. Just like that book, like Alexander and the, was it horrible, no good, very bad day or something like that? That's a horrible, no good, very bad videos. Pick a number 1 or 2. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you. I thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for choosing a balls deep video. You may go sit in the corner now. Please do not talk for the rest of the episode. Goodbye. All right, here we go. Pick a number 1 or 2. 1 or 2. They are both not good choices. I will tell you this straight up. Straight up. Not gay up, straight up. Oh!
How about I send you a hobo's dick?
Too soon? Anyone? All right, let's go Matthew. Matthew. I see Matthew's first. Matthew number 2. This is called Queer Camp 2. Jesus fucking Christ, Matt.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
Yesterday's episode was titled Queer Camp. Yesterday's episode was titled Check the Hard Drives at Queer Camp. Seriously, check them. Okay, this is called Queer Camp 2, and the question on the screen says, how do I become a counselor there for next year? I think this is, and, oh yeah, it's from, it says, the account name that asked that question says Oval Office. Huh. All right. Interesting. Here we go.
Okay, so a big, if not the biggest question that we've been getting is how do you become a counselor at a queer summer camp? The easy answer is there's an application that goes online in like April and then they interview you and then you get hired. What I think is important to note is that
that interview is called Casting Couch. The Queer Camp Casting Couch. The QCCC. Oh, you mean the QCCC? Ah, yes. The interview. The Queer Camp interview. We've seen those before. I've never seen it. No idea what you're talking about. Okay, let's go.
And you get hired. What I think is important to note is that I swear it was harder to get hired here than it was to get into grad school.
Harder to get hired. You get it? You get it? You get it? Harder? Like a cock.
Shampoo my crotch.
Yeah. You know, it's not hard to get into schools for the most part. You know why? It's because they want the government's money. Most colleges and most of these fucking liberal arts degrees, they just want your money. They'll accept anyone because they're getting paid and you're getting fucked in the ass from student loans. Okay, here we go.
I swear it was harder to get hired here than it was to get into grad school.
I'm pausing it You know what? I pause. I know I pause these videos a lot because there's so much ridiculousness. I'm not going to remember and go back. We don't want to listen to it again. So let's just pause it and just dissect it. So that means this person went to grad school. Think about that for a second. This person went to graduate school. What the degree is in, I couldn't even imagine. But this is why you can't just listen when someone says, oh, look at these letters after my name. I have these certifications. I have these degrees. Yeah, that doesn't mean you know what the fuck you're talking about. So the next time someone tries to flex their education on you, that is a huge red flag. Huge red flag. I never talk about people ask and I say my degree. I don't even have anywhere on the websites what my education experience. No, I let my shit speak for itself. Anyway, grad school is not it just goes to show they'll fucking let anyone in. They majored in time management. They majored in time visibility, in time sight. Okay.
Not only do we have to build and design unique and original workshop content, I'm doing 3 on blackout poetry, flash fiction, and trans masculinity.
Whoa, hold on.
What you just said.
No, hold on a second. Time
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I feel like I'm in the box already.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Hold up. Bang. Okay. I'll stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there, Chief. Let's see. I'm doing 3 workshops on blackout poetry. Can someone Google that? I literally have no idea what that means. Blackout poetry. What? You take a couple bars of Xanny and then you just fucking just to be or not to be trans. That is good. Can someone look that up? No one knows what that is. Blackout poetry. Someone Google that. Next one. Flash fiction. I'm actually kind of curious. What is that? Flash fiction. Flash fiction is just shit you made up right now. Like the pronouns and just made it up real quick. Okay, no idea what that is. Someone Google that. You might want to do an incognito browser so you don't get flagged by the FBI. Just saying. I don't know. Are these real things? I'm curious. I'm not going to search it right now, but you guys can do it and drop in the chat. Because I don't want to have that in my search history. Hold on. Oh, God. Satisfying. In trans masculinity. I don't even think I really know what that is either. Lester Stone says blackout poetry is a process of narrowing down the words you don't want, then selecting and arranging the words that are left. You mean like editing? What? What? Like a rough draft? What? Matt has a definition here. It says blackout poetry is when you take a written piece of text from a book, newspaper, or magazine and redact words in order to come up with your very own poetry. Holy shit. It's fucking censorship. Holy shit. It's literally like communist. It's fucking literally communist liberal arts, which is oxymoron itself. So it's censorship. So they're teaching kids how to censor. So they're literally removing words that they don't like, probably. Like, I don't like that one. There's a pronoun I don't like. Oh, that's fucking sick, actually. Oh, shit, that's actually fucking sick. I didn't even... Yeah, So they're calling it... Oh, my God, that's evil. They're calling it blackout poetry, a.k.a. censorship. when you take a written piece of text from a book, newspaper, or magazine and redact words. Yep. Yep. You mean like when the CIA releases JFK files? Like that? Uh-huh. Just block out the part where we killed the guy. Can you just leave out page 7, please? Thank you. All right, we're not even okay, let's keep going. Transmasculinity. Again, if you want to look that up, just, what is it? Trans, like you're not a man, but you're being a man? Or is that when you're a man, you want to be a woman, but you want to be a man? You want to be a manly faux woman? I don't even know anymore. No one knows. No one does. No one does. Well, let's black out this video. How about we black this shit out? My tongue looks like a vagina. Okay, let's can we black out this fucking video? All right, here we go.
3 on blackout poetry, flash fiction, and transmasculinity. Campers get here this afternoon, but I've been here for 3 days. We've had
She has time blindness, or he, whatever it is. Time blindness. You've been here for 3 days. People are coming this afternoon. That's blind. That's ableist. That's very ableist. You can obviously see. You're a liar. You phony. That's time blindness. Time blindness. You showed up very, very early. If only you would show up so fucking late that everyone just left. That'd be the best camp ever. Save these kids. Who the fuck is sending their kids to this place? What do you think this camp's name is called? Sound of Socialism? Sound of Sexuality. Yeah. Okay.
I've been here for 3 days. We've had anti-racism and anti-bias training and mental health screenings.
I don't think I don't think you've had mental health screenings. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did not have a mental health screening. If you did, that fucking red light would be going boom, boom. Yeah. Methinks you didn't.
Diversity training, way more than I've ever done for public education. Diversity training, way more than I've ever done for public education. Because we take the health, safety, and growth of these kids very seriously.
Oh, we know. We know you take your grooming very seriously. The safety and growth of these kids very seriously. Meaning, ooh, you had your first boner? Ooh. You mean that kind of growth? Gross. Gross. Fucking gross. All right. Too far? Maybe. Welcome to the show. Oh, God. This is fucking insane.
I'm surrounded by some of the most capable people I've ever met.
I have to keep pausing it. The most capable people. You know, you should see the loads these guys they can take. They're just so capable. So capable. You see Carl? You see what Carl can swallow? It's fucking unreal.
Surrounded by some of the most capable people I've ever met. We're here to support future queer leaders, and they need guidance that knows what they're doing. And will I be
future queer leaders
drag for a significant portion of the week? Also, yes. Also, will I be in drag? Guidance that knows what they're doing. And will I be in drag for a significant portion of the week? Also, yes.
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
That dude tyrannical tucks. That dude tyrannical fucking tucks. There is nothing democratic about how that dude tucks. That is absolutely authoritarian tucking. That is absolutely... Dude, you make Stalin blush with that tuck. Yeah, boy. Oh my God. How are we finding more? How are we finding more ridiculous videos? So, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. There are some people that get, how do you want to say it? I'm not creating that content. So it's not like people are going to look at my content, right? And be like, oh, it's getting more and more extreme. It's getting more and more ridiculous. I'm not creating any of this. We're watching it. But like, remember, let's say the show a few years ago. This stuff was not, I didn't see any of this. None of this was picked up. Understand? This stuff I would absolutely have posted these videos when we first started doing all this balls deep like years ago. This would have been on the show, but it wasn't around. It's not me. We're just showing it and be like, what the fuck? This is what's popping up. And why is it so frequent? Think about it. Why is it so often? It'd be one thing if like, wow, we saw that video and then there was like nothing. Look at that fucking thing. And it's often. Okay. I'm so tired of these fucking fruity colors. I'm so tired of this rainbow shit. Rainbows are pretty when you look in the sky. The refracted light is pretty. This kind of like, what was that? That trans eye black or whatever that person had. This stuff is ridiculous. We have one more, so we don't need to raffle it off. This is called feminist weight loss. Or brain cell loss. Okay, just what's with these eyeshadows? Like, fucking come on. No one wants to look at your face. Stop trying to attract people to look at your face. It's not salvageable. It's not salvageable. Not selling me on it.
God damn it, I don't know what it is
It's
about
not.
your face, but I want to deliver one of these right
bright
in your
big
sucker.
glasses.
Is there anything I can do to work on
The
that?
septum
Not really,
piercings.
it's your face.
The rainbow eyeshadow. It's not salvageable. Stop attracting attention to something I do not want to see. It's not saving it. Here we go.
I think there's a debate in a lot of feminist and body positive spaces as to how to lose weight in the best way, a way that is body positive,
Go to the fucking gym.
feminist, and not harmful.
I give it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Way, a way that is body positive and feminist and not harmful.
Stop eating cake.
The problem with this debate is that there is no body positive or feminist way to intentionally lose weight.
Stop eating cake. Go to the fucking gym. Stop being gross.
It's all fat phobic and it still doesn't work.
Well, it certainly does. So huge fail. You're not intelligent at all. That was refreshing, actually. Wasn't that nice? That was nice, right? That was nice. That was nice. I do appreciate the fact that we just had a run-of-the-mill fat woman who's just like, there's no safe way to lose weight. Yeah, okay. AKA, don't change your habits. Stop complaining. No one cares. Enjoy your diabetes. That's it. Okay. So at least that was nice. That was a nice run of the mill. Why did that feel like a cleansing? another ridiculous, lazy, fat person that doesn't want to make positive change in their life. I wish the best for you, but come on, stop saying nonsensical things. That felt good. It felt good to listen to that. Bringing it back. That just felt like we're getting back on track. When that kind of talk is actually, the normal level of ridiculousness. Today was intense. That was intense. Fam, throwback time. Who wants a throwback? You ready?
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady in a race car.
It is the sound of Biden. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Did we do that one? I don't want to see her face. We'll do that one another time. I feel like we've seen that one before. Okay, here we go. Drum roll. Throwback. Here we go. Yow. Yow. All right, here we go. Oh, if I hit that button on the other screen, then it's going to show up. Where's my Arnold thing? Okay, there we go. Get rid of you. All right, here we go. Throwback time.
Being fat does not mean that you are neglecting your health.
Damn. If you have health problems, it means you're not healthy. That's why you have problems with your health. Oh, my God.
Like, not every fat person has health issues.
You do understand that if you're fat, that's the fucking health issue. That's the outcome of the health issues. There you go.
Well, see, there you go.
I think she shaved off some brain cells, too, by accident.
And that's what her video was saying, basically, was that every fat person must have some health issue because they're fat.
You're fat because that's the representation of how you take care of your body. There it is.
All right, class, that's all for today's lesson.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
All right. Churchy, what do you think, baby? Oh, my goodness gracious.
Aww.
It's too cute. It's unreal. It's unbelievable. It's too much. It's too much. She has to stop. She has to stop being so cute. You tucking your little paws under there? It's too cute. Stop it. You're too cute. Everyone says so. All right. I hope you step on a Lego right on your heel. And one of those small ones, like the 2x3s or like the 2x5, like something like that, you know? Ooh. And I hope like you step on it, like flips down so it like really edge digs in. Ooh. Ooh. All right, swole card time. Fam, raise the fucking floor. Let's go, Falcon. Come on now. We got a winner. We had an awesome fucking post, and it is well deserved. Chris, you are today's fucking winner of the sleeves card. That's a great post. That's a great fucking post. And if you guys don't know, Chris used to drive like 2.5 hours. I don't know if he's still doing that in the morning, to and from work. He's training in apartments. He's gone through a lot of shit, and he's still fucking making gains, and he's taken control with what he can do. It's a great fucking message. Everyone, this is from the Facebook group. Make sure you go and let Chris know. Hopefully you listen to the podcast. But he's busy, so blow his shit up. Cerny, go and blow his shit up. Tag the fuck out of him. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swolecard 2633 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. Respect. Keep after it, bro. We see you. We see you, baby. We see you, baby. Shaking that ass. I see you, baby. Shaking that ass.
What happened to your queer party friends?
That was a great opportunity for the queer camp. Shit. I gotta stagger it. Papa Swole was queerphobic. Good thing it doesn't mean anything.
Shame. 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 Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no no crying in baseball! Sit! Sit! Sit!
This is Marjorie Stewart Baxter.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Come on, fam. Drop it in the chat. Let's fucking go. Oh. Let's see if we can get a leg going on camera.
Shut up, bitch! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Emotional damage!
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
You switch the samples.
Coast to coast. Ooh. Still fucking nailed it. Undefeated. Very nice. Crank it up. Crank it up. Crank it up. Yes. Fantastique, fam. Another great mancast in the books. Send yourselves over to swolenormousx.com and join the fam today. Enjoy that Driving While Gaining. If you missed overtime yesterday, it's available in Swole TV. Join us. And those of you that are doing Maximum Swole, keep after it and stay focused. Remember, it's going to feel different psychologically and physically, but follow the plan, assess, keep track, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. And I definitely want to keep up to date and keep us posted. Those of you that are doing Maximum Swole, the new program. And of course, we'll do some private member Q&A on Monday. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. And tomorrow is Ask Papa Swole Live. So before we go anywhere, reminder, if you want your question featured, some of you want to ask a question, but you can't be there live and you just, you are unable to catch the live stream, you can still submit a question and then listen later, and then we'll answer your question on the show. So tomorrow we're doing tons and tons of questions. So call into the show, askpapaswolio.com, or turn your notifications on, show up live, all that good shit, and be there for Ask Papa Swolio Live tomorrow. Lots of questions, and it's going to be a fun time. So see you tomorrow. Peace, McGeese, deuce, magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I gift rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in a fanny pack, couple hundred in a Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, well, my My shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.